Hey, my name is Jim Cochran, and recently I came out against my childhood sexual abuser, right? Did you know that there are 1 in 6 men, that's about 20 million men in the United States, who today are walking around with shame, guilt, remorse, and a sense of worthlessness, like there's something wrong with them. We feel guilty because we didn't tell anybody at the time of our abuse, and that's normal. What kid even has the language to say, this happened to me? I surely didn't. So I learned how to. Through therapy, through working with other men who I really admire, through the love and support of my family, my church, I got the courage to come forward and say, no more. I refuse to carry this shame any longer. So I came out against my abuser. I rocked his world by letting him know, I'm not carrying your secret anymore. I'm not going to do it. This is your shame, not mine. So I gave it back to him, and it had some pretty significant results in his life, which are consequences of his choices and actions from when I was 12 years old. Be sure to know that your sins will find you out. Now, what happens to him is none of my business. He asked me to forgive him, and that's none of his business. Forgiveness doesn't happen like one and done. Forgiveness happens over and over and over and over again until we're finally free of that resentment and that hatred. I've learned this the hard way. You know, in the Bible, Jesus says, forgive 70 times 7. That doesn't mean when you reach 491 that you're going to be free of these feelings. You won't. I think that was allegorical, and he was saying, you forgive until you don't need to forgive anymore. So that's what I'm doing. I told my abuser on the phone, I'm on around 275,000 or something days of forgiving you. Yeah? And there are still days sometimes where I just want to, I get angry at him and at me because I felt like I did something wrong. Why didn't I stop it? Why didn't I tell somebody at the time? Why did I choose to keep this secret? You know what happens with secrets is secrets have to remain secret. And the way that we keep them secret is by pretending they didn't happen and by lying. Well, pretty soon we get really, really good at lying, and lying becomes our mother tongue. It becomes our first answer when the truth would do, because I don't want to be found out. You might actually see how bad that I really am. Well, the truth is I'm not bad. I was 12 years old. I didn't even have the language to say, here's what happened. But you know what? I'm 52 now, and I absolutely have the language. I have the courage, and I've healed to a point to where I can speak about this without breaking down and crying, and I can reach out to other child sexual abuse survivors and say, this is not your identity. There have been studies done that show that the behavioral traits and patterns of men who have been sexually abused look like this. We can't keep meaningful relationships. We don't let people near. We erect a 36-inch circle around us to keep people away, and we create faces to appease and make those people happy with us so that we're accepted and that we are liked, and so that they don't see our real face. I want to see your real face. This is my real one. After a lot of years of working through and coming all the way home to myself, I'm again an integrated, whole human being, and I have a lot to offer, and so do you. Other behavioral traits include a significant percentage of men who abuse substances, alcohol, drugs, sexual relationships, those kind of things. Anything that we do that are external solutions to the internal grief and anger and just pain that we experience, trying to solve that using external means. We can go from relationship to relationship. Those people don't understand me. Yeah, she was this and she was that. You know, the truth is, I was married for 19 years, and that marriage failed because of my dishonesty. I'm grateful for my current wife. We've been married almost 6 years, and we've walked through this together. So finally, I'm becoming authentic, and you can too. We also have a higher prevalence of suicidal ideation. It's not that we want to die. It's just, I don't know how much longer I can keep living like this. You're here for a purpose. Please don't leave. Allow the healing to happen. Speak up. Get those secrets out of your body, out of your head, out of your heart, and begin to discover the real you. You have a purpose on this planet. There's somebody who you can only touch. You're the only one. I tell my son that on the day that you were born, and this goes for you too, on the day that you were born, a line began to form, and that line is made up of people who are just waiting for you to accumulate the experiences and the scar value necessary to allow you to show up right on time, authentically, to pour your experience into their lives so that they too can have hope. But before you can give it away, you've got to have it yourself. If anybody wants to talk, leave a comment here, or you can email me at jimcochrun@gmail.com, JIMCOCHRUN@gmail.com, or hit me up on Facebook, Jim Cochran, and we can talk about it. You don't have to do this alone. We were born to be in community. We were born to be in tribe. People need people. I'm willing to be your people. Are you willing to reach out? You don't have to live in this pain anymore, and we can do this together. Join me, would you? Drop me a note, leave a comment, find me on Facebook. We can start talking on the phone. I don't care where you are. If you're in Texas, let's have a cup of coffee. All right? My name is Jim Cochran, and I'm here for you. You don't have to be a victim anymore.